Hey, so this is Coach Butler. Welcome to our day trading session. Our day trading session with Trade Academy Pro. Let me type up a few things. We want Zoom to come up. And we are 2 minutes before the market opens. 2 minutes before the market opens. And so we're just happy to have everybody here with us. We're going to share our screen. Okay, we're going to share our screen. Let's get over on screen 2. Let's share our screen. And like I said, just happy to have you guys with us here on Trade Academy Pro. Let's silence our phone on ignore. Got about 2 minutes before the market opens. And so on today, what we're going to be sharing with you guys is kind of what we do at Trade Academy Pro. We're a company. We teach people how to trade, how to invest. We go through the whole gamut. It doesn't matter what level of trading you're at. We'll meet you where you are. Here at Trade Academy Pro, we're going to have some fun this morning. We got several stocks that we're going to be looking at. And so if you have any questions, if you're on Facebook and you have some questions, or if you're in the live Zoom with me and you have some questions, please submit your questions and we will try our best to answer them. We got about a minute before the market opens. And so every morning, this is my prayer, the prayer of St. Augustus of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine master, grant that I may not so as much seek as to be consoled, as to console, to be understood, as to understand, to be loved, as to love. For it is given that we might receive, and that it is pardoning that we might pardon, and it is in our dying that we are born to eternal life. And so the market is open. And like I said, so happy to have you here with us. I'm going to show you what we're taking a look at. So the stocks that we're looking at this morning, I got to open up another screen here. So we're looking at firmware. Let me get the trade in real quick. And the reason we're not showing a live trade, we're showing you what we're doing instead of the live trade, is because of account numbers and things of that nature. If you're part of Trade Academy Pro, we don't mind kind of because being a part of our trading team, you have an opportunity to sign waivers and things of that nature. So, oh, come on, guys. Come on. Help me out. Okay, I've got to go to the right account. So we're buying 100 shares of firmware this morning. What we see on the screen, we got about $5,973 to trade. We're also going with we're not going to mess with Coinbase. We might come back to Coinbase a little bit later. Target's gone 156% this morning, still rising. And we'll share with you what we're looking at with Target and why we're not going to buy very much with Target this morning. I think we're just going to buy 20 shares of Target. As a day trader, my job is to make my money and get out. It's primarily it. So we're going to buy 10 shares of Target. I think Target's on they're trying to sometime the market does freeze up. So we got 10 shares of Target, and also Big Bear AI. Let's take a look. Where do we have Big Bear AI? Here he goes. Big Bear AI. We're going to hold off on Big Bear AI. So the two that we're looking at this morning, and like I said, if you have any questions, please type them in. It's going to be, we got Firmware, we came in at, let's see where we came in at. Let's see where we came in at. We came in at 17, I believe it was 16. Um, so right now, and I'm going to show you guys, as you can see, let me explain some stuff to you. So when we're taking a look at the stocks that we are, there's a few options that we use, or a few indicators that we use. One of the indicators that we use, oh, I don't have this on. Again, I'm pretty sure you can hear me. I can hear myself, so I'm pretty sure you can hear me. Um, One of the indicators that we like to take a look at is what, at least what we have today, is a double EMA. And also, at least for this one, we're doing the super trend, but we're gonna take a step back to Williams Alligator this morning. So like I said, we've already placed um, an order with on firmware. And so the let's look at the indicators. I want to share with you guys the indicators that we're using. We're using the William Alligator. We're going to use the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. We're going to get rid of the volume this morning. We don't really need that. So we're going to get rid of the volume this morning. And we're going to get rid of the super trend. We're just going to train today off of the Alligator and the RSI. And I'll show you why we're using the double EMA. Double EMA we have set up. Now, when you initialize the double EMA, it's going to come in at 9. We set it at 200 because we want to look at the 200-day moving average against the price action. So when we say price action, for those that are just beginners, price action means where the stock is at this time. And that's that green line that you see right there. That's the price action on firmware. That's where the stock is right now. And I'm going to explain to you why we're looking at that one, why we're looking at Big Bear. You can see Big Bear is retracing, is going down. And we marked up the charts yesterday before we even had an opportunity to take a look at Big Bear this morning. Big Bear had consolidated. Consolidation means it's really not moving. So let's mark where the consolidation is. Like I said, this is a training session for you guys. So when we talk about something that's consolidated, it means it's in a certain channel. It's not moving. It's kind of stuck. And so this brown that you see, all of this brown you see here, the market opens up at 4 a.m. and the extended market opens up at 4 a.m. and it's the extended market stops at 9:30, where the regular market picks up. So as you can see, the Big Bear consolidated right here. Unlike, we're gonna have some fun. Unlike Target, we just put an order in for Target. Target, same type here that you see. Like I said, this is our extended hours. It's from 4 a.m. Let's go on and mark that because I want you guys to actually see what's going on. So from 4 a.m. to 9:30 this morning, this was all of Target. This was all of Target. So you got to consider $151 was where Target started at 4 a.m. this morning. Let me mark that for you as well. We're going to use a few little icons. Like I said, I like to play around when we're teaching. Okay. So at 4 a.m. this morning, Target was right at $151 a share, and Target moved 100. I believe it was 157. Okay. So like I said, this app that we're on right now is TradingView. And so TradingView has a lot of tools, and that's why we like to use this to teach. Let's move this out the way. Why we like to use TradingView to teach. So let's hit our handy dandy ruler, and our handy dandy ruler allows us to see what a stock is doing how much, what the percentage is, what the dollars that it is that's done. So we can have an opportunity to look at time. We have an opportunity to look at profit as well as percentage of profit. So just the, as you can see, just the extended hours from 4 to 9 30 this morning, Target added $16 to its price action, and it went up 10.88%. It's still on the rise. Now, why I tell you guys that I use the double EMA, and I'm sure I'm going to lose that once it stayed. Okay, the reason I like the double EMA that we have here on my price action, start another. I want to start another one, so let's stop that right there. You can go away. All right. So the reason I say I like and this is how you work this, uh the alligator, the William alligator, there's a whole bunch of indicators you can use. There's no problem. There's a whole bunch of indicators that you can use. But like I said, for this training, we're going to use our RSI, which is down here. And also we're going to use the William alligator as well as the double EMA. So the 200, the reason we use 200 moving average on a double EMA is because, let me explain this. The further that the price action, or the further that our candles are away from our double EMA here, this tells us that the opportunity for this stock to drop is less. The closer it gets together, closer it gets to the 200 moving average and the candles, is the closer we get to a sale. And right now, as you can see, uh, we have probably $10 or so between that candle there and our price action. And we're going to move to the 1 minute. We're on the 15-minute. We're going to move to the 1 minute so we can see exactly what the stock is doing. All right. So as you can see, it's starting to curve a little bit here, our price action on the 1 minute. And so we're actually watching the stock as it is moving in the market right now. The alligator is a good indication because, again, it gives you moving averages as well. A lot of people are calling AI and all that. It's not. These are all algorithms, and it's mathematics. Don't ask me for the mathematics. I can tell you how to use it. Don't ask me for the mathematics. I'll tell you how to make money with it. That's what's important. All right. So let me take a step back. I got to make a trade real quick. My target has not been filled. Target has not been filled for some reason. Let me work on this with you, kind of share with you what this does. So with the William alligator, we call these the alligator's mouth. This green line that you see right here, that's considered his top lip. The blue line is considered his bottom lip. And then the red line here is considered his teeth. So the space between the blue and the red lets us know that his mouth is open. This is considered his mouth being open. When the green line switches positions, let's find one where it switches positions a little bit further down. We may not find it with Target. Targets look like it's doing pretty good. I know where we can go. We can go to, let's switch out indicators here on Coinbase. Coinbase was another one we were looking at today. Decided not to go with it because we had a significant drop in the pre-market. So we decided not to go with that. So we're going to go with William Alligator here as well. Okay. So our buy indicator for us is when the blue and the green cross. That's the buy indicator. So our buy was right here. Okay, because that's where the blue and the green cross. Actually, let's take a step further back. This one has looked pretty good as well. That's what, okay, here we go. Here we go. So our buy indicator, our sell was right here. Our sell was right here. His lips reversed. The blue is on top. Green is on the bottom. This is a sell. This is a sell. All right. That's a sell. So we're using the William Alligator. We're looking at where the lines cross, where the moving averages cross. All right. Then we can see that the green crossed back over. And so that meant that was time for us to buy if we're buying and selling at that time. So this is our buy right here. So this is how we use the William Alligator. The green crossed over, that's a buy. When the blue is on top, that's a sell. All right. Again, like I said, this 200-day moving average. I wouldn't have bought here, even though the green was on top. The reason why is because my white line, my 200-day moving average, was still on top of my candles. And so as long as it's on top of my candles, to me, that's not a buy, unless I just really, really feel, I'm going to buy it regardless, But normally I don't touch it. Here we can see how the price action starts to move. Now, right here is a sale. This is a sale right here because now the stock had dropped, and you can even see where the William Alligator is still getting ready to cross over. It hasn't yet. It had a small cross right here, but because this is in this channel because this is in the channel with my 200-day moving average, this is a sale right here. I'm not going to sell. I'm not going to sell. We didn't get into it because, like I said, because I just wasn't impressed with what it was doing. It did this right here. Also, it was not in line with our 200-day moving average. It's starting to creep back up. You can see that it's starting to go back up. But again, we're probably not going to do too much with coin. Now, coin is significant because coin um, also is a brokerage that deals with crypto. And so why that is important is because of this guy right here, Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now, and we can see the progression of Bitcoin. We can see some progression of Bitcoin. Just let's go to this is March 24, 2023. Is it 2024? March, that's the 3rd. Okay. Let's go to a year chart and we'll come back. Let's go to 6 month. Now I don't want to complicate it. So let's move it down. We're just going to take a look at the last month, and that's March. We're on March 4th. That's Monday. Let's start right here. We're going to start on the 4th, just yesterday. So you can see the movement of Bitcoin and what it's doing to the market. And this is why it was important for us to why Bitcoin is so important to the markets. As you can see right here, and this was the 4th. This was just a day ago. This is just the 4th. So let's mark that real quick. We're gonna mark that vertical real quick. That's on the minute. Let's take a step back to let's do 15-minute. It's a little bit easier to see at the 15-minute. It's a lot. Because see, keep in mind, guys, each one of these candles that you see represent whatever this time frame is. So if we're talking about 15 minutes, all of that price action you see is 15 minutes. Just yesterday, Bitcoin was at 63, And so let's mark that. Let's mark that 63 right there. Bitcoin was at 63 on yesterday. Okay. Now, if you just said invested, my goodness, if you had just even done a partial investing in Bitcoin, today it is already at 68. It's already at 68. So there's been uh, about a five about a $5,000 move just in Bitcoin just in one day. In one day, a $5,000 move. This is why I kind of love this stuff. This is why I kind of like this stuff, where I can sit here and provide for my family with very little effort, as long as you know what you're doing. $5,000 move. And let me share this with you. A lot of people always ask me, well, what do I need to, well, Dr. Butler, share with me, what do I need to do to invest or how much? You can invest with $5. There are companies out here that you can start investing with only $5. You don't need a ton of money to invest. Brokers want you to think that and all that because this is how they make their money. They make their money based on you paying them. All right, based on you paying them. So that's how they make their money. And guys, like I said, you can learn how to do this stuff yourself. I want to encourage you, reach out to us here at Trade Academy Pro. We would love to help you learn how to trade stocks, how to trade Forex. We do it all. How to trade stocks, how to trade Forex, how to invest in investment property if that's the route that you want to go, how to crypto. Because, like I said, guys, if you had just, and I know no one has $63,000 to $63,000 to lay around. Excuse me, I don't have $63,000 to lay around just to invest in Bitcoin. We invested when it was $1,500, and I'll let you do the math yourself. But anyway, so we don't have the money just sitting around where we can invest $6,800. But most of the companies these days, if you have, and most people have, what's that app? Let me see. What is that app? You guys give me just a moment. I am so sorry. Having a senior moment here. Having a senior moment. What is that? Cash App. Most of you guys have Cash App. Cash App gives you an opportunity to make partial investments in Bitcoin and some of these other stocks that we're talking about. You can actually get you a broker, and Bitcoin just, as we said, 68. I just got an alert. It hit 68.6. It's headed to 69,000. And so, guys, this is it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And most of the time, what I get from people is, well, I don't know what to do. That's why we're here. We're here to try to help you. And that's why I'm having this session this morning, not to show you how easy it is, but to show you what you can do in order to profit off of the markets. Guys, to have your money. Now, you do whatever you want to. And I have to make sure I put this disclaimer out there because I don't want to get in trouble with the SEC. I don't want to get in trouble with banks. I don't want to get in any legal trouble. So let me put our disclaimer out there. Trade Academy Pro is not responsible for any gains or losses. Please do your own due diligence. Now, I've done my part. I've said my part. You heard me. I don't invest for anybody. The only people I invest for is my family, myself, my wife, and my daughter. Those are the only people that I don't care how close we are. I don't care how great a person you are. I do not invest for you. I can teach you how to invest and I can give you investment information. Now, I've done my part to keep myself out of trouble with the SEC. All right. So like I said, you can find your broker and you can invest like I said, as little as $5, guys. There's companies like Robinhood, Webull that's out there. The company we just looked at, if you want to just stay with crypto, Coinbase. If you want to go with Forex, foreign exchange, Forex is out there. You can literally start out with $5 investing, guys, and try to move up the scale. um it's like I said, it's not easy because you can lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing. That's why we want to have an opportunity for people to come and be a part of what we're doing here at Trade Academy Pro. All right, so we've taken a look at Bitcoin, what Bitcoin is doing. Get this. So Bitcoin, and people are scared of Bitcoin because it's a new coin. There was not a lot of regulation on it, and so people are really afraid of Bitcoin. So when you mention Bitcoin to people, there's a lot of fear that pops up, okay, because it's not regulated. As of January 5th, the SEC stepped in with a few companies that are now regulating Bitcoin on the stock exchange. And so, what does that mean to you as an investor? It means that, that now you have an opportunity to invest in Bitcoin, investing with a company in the stock exchange. And two of the companies are the two largest companies in the world, Vanguard and also BlackRock. January 5th, when the IPO, initial price offering, IPO, that means when a stock comes into the market, it's called an IPO. The initial price offering for BlackRock, we got into it, and I want to show you. Um, let's find it. I want to show it to you. And the ETF is IBIT, and it follows right along with Bitcoin. Follows right along with Bitcoin. Let's take a step back because let's see when it started, and you can see this is very new, very new. February. So when the stock came on the market, let me mark that for you. When it came on the market, and there was a lot of trepidation, a lot of people saying, "Well, you know, I I'm not going to invest because." I've been investing in Bitcoin since almost since I've been a trader. I've been investing in Bitcoin, and I know what the possibilities of what Bitcoin can do. And so when the initial price offering, now let me share this with you as we talk about the markets, because the initial price offering doesn't hit the actual common market or doesn't hit the counter market until a few days. The CEOs of these companies, if they're giving some shares to people who have help with the algorithm or help with the company, so they do all of that with their initial price offering, and when it hits the counter to us, is usually a lot lower. Is usually a lot lower. So we don't have an opportunity unless you own a company that you or part of an organization that is into starting their own or coming on the exchange, then we don't have an opportunity to be a part of that initial price offering. When it hits the market is usually a few days, and they usually buy it maybe sometime $10 cheaper. Okay, no big deal. They buy it about $10 cheaper. Or they get it $10 cheaper, or the company gives it to them. So we can see right here on the price action of IBIT that this stock hit the counter because that's when it hit our radar, was February 7th. So just, last month, February 7th, it hit the counter market February 2nd. Again, like I said, IBIT is connected to uh, Bitcoin. And so usually with me, when I'm going to invest, especially I'm going long with the company, I don't normally jump in with both feet into that company. I give it a few days. I want it to see what it does. And as you can see, when it came online, it had a mediocre run right here, and then it had a little bit of a dip, and then it started to rise. And I've already marked where we came in at. So we came in at 25.97. That's where we came in, where that white mark is, because I wanted to mark it so I could show you guys where we came in. Keep in mind, this is a new IPO connected with Bitcoin. I want you to see all of this price action. This thing is almost 2x already. I want you to see all this price action. And of course, with as cheap as it was 25 dollars a share. We came in at 100 shares. We came in at 100 shares. That's where we came in. We came in at 100 shares. Like I said, yeah, $2,500 or whatever you want to call it. I think it was 2,500. Let me take a look real quick. A lot of volume going on this morning. A lot of volume going on this morning. Um, um yeah, it was about $2,500 when we came in. all of this price action you see right here has been the rise of this particular stock. And this morning, right now, again, where a green line is, it's at 39 28. 39.38 is where it's at. So we've had over we've had a rise of over $10 just in this. And again, it is directly connected to Bitcoin. So as long as Bitcoin is rising, this particular commodity or this particular stock or ETF really is rising with it. And so all of that, and I think right now we're sitting probably a little over $1,100 worth, $1,100 in profit. You know, if you do your numbers from 25 to 38, 39, it's still rising, 39. And so this is just since February, what do we say? Since February 7th. All right. We're not even a month. We're not even a month. Guys, this is how the market is. This is how the market is. I really and truly, we really and truly, my wife and I started this company to really help people. Because like I said, I could sit here all day long and do this by myself, which I do sometime. But you know, we have a text group we call our millionaire text group. Some of them are in there. They're friends we know, family that we know that are not paid members. They've have meant a lot to our lives. We have paid members. If you're a paid member of Trade Academy Pro, you are in that text group. There's no guarantee, even though I know you, there's no guarantee you're going to get in that text group. We give a lot of information out in that text group. At the same time, we also have on our website, we also have a newsletter. The newsletter is free. Take advantage of the newsletter. A lot of the stuff that I'm sharing with you guys right now is what's in the newsletter. All right. Let's take a step back real quick because like I said, we got a lot that we're going to walk through. I want to get back to why Fern is so important to us, and you can see that it's we still got a lot of price action here. I'm really not really concerned about Fern. What we try to teach people is to understand that when you're talking about stocks, volatility. That means what moves that stock up and down is volatility. We want high volatility, especially if we're talking about stocks that we're day trading. And these are ones we're talking about right now. The ones that you see on the screen, the target. These are day trading stocks. Coinbase. These are ones that we're day trading. Coins getting ready to start a breakout. I want to mark so I can show you guys, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'm trying to show you guys everything all at once. I'm so sorry. Try to show you everything all at once. But our price target right now is when we break resistance. So let me explain how we look at the candles, okay? So when we look at the candles, we're looking at or the price action, which is where the price is. We take a look at where the stock has been to see where the stock is going, and that kind of makes sense because the stock market it's cyclical. It goes up, it goes down. It has we look at support and resistance. We're going to use Elliott for right now. You know, it goes up, goes down. That's just the cycle of the market. That's the cycle of the market. There's an algorithm to the market, and there's a rhyme and reason to the market, and things like Fibonacci, and we won't get into that. Actually, I got a friend of mine, we were discussing the Fibonacci. He just finished writing a book on what we discussed. I feel so honored. But anyway, so the market goes up and down. It gives us an opportunities of points of reference. Okay. So these points of reference is how we take a look to see what the stock is getting ready to do or what it's not going to do. And so I want to put our points of references. Let's put it right here. So we're going to put it right here. The bottom line that we're taking a look at, we call that support. We call that support. Again, like I said, I like visualization. So we're going to use a bouncing ball. So we're going to put our ball right here. And as we look at this yellow line, as you talk about, and let's put another line here because I want to make sure we um, understand what we're doing here. Support and resistance. So the bottom line is called our support. The top line is called resistance. So what happens is the ball comes down or the market comes down, it hits support. That means that there's the sellers are in control, and then the buyers become in control, or the bears are in control, and then the bulls are in control, sellers and buyers. And then it just like a basketball, it goes back up, and it either is going to break through this line, which is called resistance, or it's going to hit the resistance and it's going to come back down. Just like I said with the basketball. Let me make sure because let's lock some tools here. All right. So just like a basketball, we're going to hit support and resistance. That was our resistance. This is support. This is up here is resistance. We don't come all the way down to support, but it's heading that way because I just want you to understand. Then this is what's called a breakout or a breakthrough. This line here, because when we break resistance, at that time, this line becomes support. So the moment that we break resistance or the moment we break through this line right here, the moment it breaks through that line, this line automatically takes the place of support. So now this becomes our support and this becomes our resistance. And this is how the market moves. This is how the market moves. Sometimes it doesn't go all the way down to support. And like I said, there's certain levels. If we were talking Fibonacci, and we're not going to go through that because that's a complicated teaching. So we're just kind of doing just the basics. I want you guys just to understand the basics of how the market moves and how we chart. So when we're looking at, like I said, support and resistance, we can see it didn't come all the way back down here. Came right back up to our resistance. Then again, what did I say? This line here becomes our support. Hit support there, comes back up to resistance, and that's where we are right now. So what we're believing that's going to happen next is that this line is going to transition to become resistance. And then we'll have going to be support. I apologize. Be support. And then wherever it goes from there, then that will be our resistance line. So this is primarily how we take a look. This is simplified, but this is primarily how we take a look at what stocks are doing. Using our indicators, like I said, I explained to you about the double EMA. I've already explained to you about the William alligator, how we use that, the green line. So we use all these variables to make a determination on how to invest, make a determination what we're going to invest in, look at where it's going. Because like I said, if you look where it has been, then you see where it's going. With this first the first support, first resistance we have, the first basketball we have, we understand when we got here that is now our point of resistance. This becomes our point of support. When we get that breakthrough, we already know, hey, this is where the market is. And you can see in the extended hours that this was the level of resistance. This was the level of support. And so now we're looking at, is this either going to break through? And that's what we're looking at. One or two things is going to happen. It's going to only do one or two things. It's either going to come back up to the resistance and break through, or it is going to go back down to support, one or the other. And so we make our calculations based on what the market has done in the past in order, and like I said, this is very simplified, what the market has done in the past to see what the market is going to do in the future. So guess what? The beautiful part of this is that when you know what you're doing, every time the market moves up or down within this resistance, within this trend, going up and down, and a trend is either it's trending up or it's trending down, and this was a trend up. This is an uptrend, all right? whether it's trending up or trending down, we have an opportunity to invest. So we invest when we say something is going long, that means it is going in an upward trajectory, is when we say it's going long. If it's going short, that means it's going down. But we still, when we're day trading, we still have an opportunity to make money or to make profit, whether the market is going up or down. For several days, you could have for several days you could play this, play Coinbase based on the market going up and down. When it came up here, you could have invested, made you some money there, come down, you could make some money, so on and so forth. So we can follow profit whether it is a bull market. And when we say something is bull, that means it's trending up. And let me type that in here. Bull market. Bull. You guys are getting a whole lot today for free. You really are. You really are. You guys are really getting a lot. And so if it is a bear market, so when you hear these terminologies, the next time that you're in a meeting, you can be um, extremely intelligent in saying, "Well, I think that Coinbase is in a bull market, but I believe that it's going to be bearish pretty soon." I'm just teasing with you guys. So if it's in a bull market, it's going up, means that it's trending up. If it's in a bear market, that means that it's trending down. Okay. And so that's why I said, so we're at this point right here that we're either going to trend up, break resistance. I've given you guys a whole lot today. We're either going to break resistance here and trend up, or it's going to continue down to where it has been, to this support line. So that means it's going to go bearish, or it's going to go bullish, or it's going to go long or short. So that's kind of some trading jargon there. All right, let's take a look, because like I said, we are invested in a few things we want to take a look at, and we're going to stay on the 15-minute for training. Stay on the 15-minute. Because we are training. So we want to stay on the 15-minute. Get me off of there. Back to the 15-minute. There we go. All right. So we're still looking at target. Target is still on the move. Target is not playing. Target is still on the move. It already right now it's at 168. It's already hit a high, and we call this a higher high. And the markets, we talk about things, and let me write this down for you as well. A higher high is when a price action has hit its peak, and then we have what we call a lower low. Let me, and you can see where the low is, and it's going to show you where the low was today. The low was 150 today. So a higher high and a lower low. And I know that's great technical jargon. You wouldn't have imagined that, would you? A higher high or a lower low, and that's kind of letting you know where the market was based on its lowest point for where you're working. And for us, where we're working at is just on the day. We're looking at price action on target just for the day. Let me share something with you, and let's go to Fern. I'm going to go back to Fern, and you can see we're going to stay on the 15-minute. We've had a little bit of a drop on Fern, which is fine. Like I said, I'm going to explain to you why I say it's fine. We're going to get rid of the volume. I'm going to explain why I told you it is fine. Fernware deals, and here it is. I had somebody in our millionaire text group asked a question this morning: which sector that we should, which sector that I feel we should be in, as we're looking at politics. Technical sector, 110%. And firmware is one of those reasons why. Firmware came on the radar during the Trump administration. Firmware does surveys, they do technical analysis. And so the Trump administration used firmware. And I want to tell you, we use firmware too. But we use firmware in the trading space. Okay. So firmware came online then, and what we have saw as analysts, what we have saw is every primary, whether it's been the South Carolina primary, New Hampshire, or whatever, firmware has had a bump. So we believe that the Trump administration again is using firmware because they've had a bump on every doing every primary. So as the primaries have the end of the primaries, it takes a little bit of a dip, then it goes back up. A little bit of a dip goes back up. So that's why I said we're going to probably stay in firmware, and I will tell you right now, we traded firmware yesterday. Traded firmware yesterday. We walked away with, I think, $465 on firmware yesterday. Again, we had a live training session yesterday, so we just wanted to show what it could do. And like I said, I'm really not concerned. I want you to be concerned because you're learning, but I'm not concerned because I understand Super Tuesday is coming up. So this really doesn't move me. Plus, if I look at where I'm at right now, we're not tons and tons and tons. We're not where we were yesterday at the $446. We're only about $23 up on firmware right now. Keep in mind, guys, like I said, you can lose money in the market as well as make money. That's why being part of Trade Academy Pro, we're here to teach you how to invest. Now, I think me and my family, we probably keep 5% of our money liquid in the banks. Why do I do that? Why do I do that? The bank pays me 0.34%, I think, for that money that's in the bank. We actually, in our savings, we actually have a company that, and if you reach out to me, I can give you the name. I wouldn't give it online. Um, but we actually have a bank that in our savings actually gives us 3 to 4% on our money. Some of these big banks are not going to do that. You do better by having a relationship with a credit union. You're gonna do a lot better than you will with the big banks. Keep in mind, you got to have direct deposit coming in and all of the other stuff, or they're going to charge you fees and all that. So um, you've got to be more conscious about how you're using your money and keeping more of your money in your pocket. That's the whole name of the game, guys. That's it. So but the rest of our capital, the rest of our capital is right here in the market. I was taking a look yesterday, and I think right now, 0.003% off of one of the banks that we have some money in versus 21% of in the market. That's what we do. And like I said, that's what we do. I cannot say by following us, you're going to make 21% on your money. That's what we do. So, so that's where we are. So as I said, let's take a look, and I want to show you guys without showing you our actual account, but I want to show you guys some of the stocks that we are in. There's four, and kind of show you how we determine what stocks that we stay with. When I'm teaching, I teach in teach a 3-level vernacular. So if you're ever in any of my teaching and I said any of these, we use the dating analogies, dating and being married and things of that nature, analogies. So when we're talking about day trading, when you hear the term, somebody says they want to get into day trading, they're a day trader, so on and so forth. That means that we're going to get in the market on that day and get out. You're going to get in, you may give yourself a 48-hour window, depending on what the stock is doing. You may give yourself 48 hours, but you're going to get in and get out because you want to make sure your capital that you're trading with is as liquid as possible. That's called day trading. Like I said, 48 hours, you might stretch it to 70, 72 hours. If you go into the 72 hours, then you're kind of switching into another dynamic of trading, which is called swing trading. So when we swing trade, that means I'm planning, just like I'm saying with firmware, I'm planning on my money to be there a little bit longer because of what I see in the market, because of trends and everything else. It might be there a month. It might be there for it might be there for 3 or 4 weeks. It might be there for a month. Your long-term trades, that means I'm in that for the long haul. Those I call being married to. I'm married to this stock, and that's what I'm in for the long haul. We kind of constitute the day trading is, we're going to go on that one time date, see how things are, and then the swing trading is I want to kind of test the waters and see if you're married material. Okay, so that's kind of the three vernaculars that we use for the three levels of trading. All right. So the ones that I'm getting ready to show you today, these are the ones we're married to. We're married to. We were married to AT&T for years. AT&T has really hurt itself over the years. Bad management. Disney as well. Disney has really hurt itself. A lot of political foolishness going on with Disney that has hurt Disney. But most of all, even with political foolishness, I like this word. A lawyer friend of mine used shenanigans. Even with a lot of political shenanigans that's going on, um, most companies recover. Again, what I'm giving you as a trader, as an investor, these are the data points that we look at. Um, Before I finish with Disney, let me take a step back. Chipotle, several years ago, had a salmonella poisoning at one of their places, I think in Arizona or whatever. Stock plummeted. Okay. Um, 18 to 22 months later, they started to show a profit, and now they have their highest profits ever. It's called consumer sentiment. Consumer sentiment is about 18 months. So, if you got a lot of shenanigans going on, like I said, with Disney, what's going on down in Florida, we're not even talking about political. We're talking investing. So we use the political shenanigans and foolishness to make money off of. We don't care. I don't care who's in the White House. I don't care what governor is doing. I don't care what movement says whatever. Because keep in mind, like I said, the more volatility, that's how we make money. So even with Chipotle, when they had the salmonella poisoning going on, so again, what did I say? We make profit going up and down. We made profit when it went down, and and then when it went up, we made profit. Knowing that puts you in a position also to understand consumer sentiment. Now, let me get back to Disney. Um, this thing that's been going on in Florida, which anyway, I do have opinions about Florida, but dare not say. Anyway, some of the stuff that's going on down in Florida with the governor and Disney has been over 18 months. In fact, the governor he actually threw his hands up and gave up. He found out he couldn't win. Disney has very poor management. Disney is one of the companies that's in my daughter's portfolio. She's had Disney since she was 3 in her portfolio. Disney is a poorly run company. They don't even pay dividends anymore. So let me share that also with you. I'm not telling you not to, but I don't invest in companies that don't give a dividend either quarterly, biannually, or annually. What a dividend is, it is a percentage the company gives you for being a owner in the company. All right. So Disney stopped giving a dividend. And at that point, like I said, she still has it in her portfolio because it's been profitable for her. Keep in mind, at 3 years old, and now she's 13. So for 10 years, she's had Disney in her portfolio. It has done decent over the years, hasn't done well the last 5 years, and they don't pay dividends. Disney should have already recovered from the shenanigans that's going on down in Florida. The problem with Disney is they are run poorly. Somebody's going to show up, an executive from Disney. I said this and they may come at me, but I'm just saying that because I'm looking at how the company is run. All right. I'm looking at how they run. I said all that to say if a company does not pay dividends, 95% of the times I will not have any long term relationship with these companies. Because keep in mind, as you know, when people say, well, I want to start a business, buy stocks because that's what you are. You're actually a business owner. You're actually in business with that company as a stockholder. That's why it's called stockholder. You're actually in the business with that company. You have all the rights of voting. We have voting rights because if you're in the stock, they're going to send you. And I know if you're invested, you probably get those things through the email or you'll get them through the mail and you consider junk mail, you throw it away. But you actually have an opportunity to vote on what the company is doing to take an opportunity to, I am, if I own this company, I'm on their earning calls. I want to see where the company is going. I want to know what the company is doing, the whole gamut. So I want to encourage you, become active, because the moment you put your money in, and your money is there to work for you. So since your money is working for you in this company, you didn't have to go out and get the business license. You didn't have to go through get the EIN number. You didn't have to do all that. So I want to encourage you to take being a stockholder very serious. These four companies I'm showing you, I'm very serious about. And the first one is Ford. We are a stockholder in Ford. Let's see if we can take a step back. Two. So here we go. So you can see a mediocre rise with Ford. Love Ford. The stock is extremely cheap. If you're, if you got $20, $30, $50, $120 or so, or $1,200 you want to invest, Ford is a great company to be a part of. Normally, the company will have their earnings, and for Ford, their earnings was February 6th, period end. So that means if you own the stock during this period of time, um, then you're on the books to receive a dividend. And as we read the report, you know, I want you to understand there was a surprise on the stock. The surprise was they were estimating a 0.12% increase in profit. It actually was a 3.2% increase in profit for Ford. Ford did extremely well. Um, Also did $46 billion. That's reported revenue. They have $46 billion. It's estimated at 42. Estimation is 42, but they actually have 46 billion. So Ford is doing extremely well, even though the stock might be, as we look right now, it's not doing the best right now. I'm not really concerned about that. Keep in mind, I'm married to this. And so when we talk about being married to something or someone, whether it's up or down, we're in it for the long haul. So we've made a decision. Ford is one of those companies that we are in for the long haul. In with Ford for the long haul for a few reasons. Ford is a great company. It's managed very well. Ford also is a long-standing name brand company. So again, that does pay dividends, and that's what we love, is the dividends. So Ford pays 33 cents. At least it did in February 1st. Excuse me. Yeah, March 1st payment date. So you can see the payment date here. Payment date was March 1st. They paid 33 cents a share. We have, like I said, I don't buy anything under 100 shares. So I know I have at least 100 shares of Ford. So, not a lot of money, $33 or so, more than what you had. That's why I said, you being a member of being a part owner of that company, here are your benefits. You're not just benefiting off of the profits. In other words, the company going up, not just benefiting off of the profits, but the company coming back and saying, because you own a part owner in the company, we want you to share in the benefits, which is the dividends. The beautiful part about dividends, guys, is, and we had in our last newsletter, that actually have a platform that you can actually have money coming in each month. There are several stocks that's out there, and there are people, this is how they live. They pay their bills, they buy their car, their mortgage, everything else off of their dividend payments. And I'm going to use this vernacular. I hope it doesn't offend anybody. You heard of trust fund babies? This is what trust fund babies do. The trust fund comes and they live off of the dividend. They never touch the principal. They live off the dividend. This is the way I want my family to live. I really want my family to be in a position, they have the intelligence to understand how to use finances and use money, how to invest, and to live off, instead of the economy living off of them. I want them to live off the economy. My daughter, we invest in, and I know I'm rabbit trailing real quick. Uh, there's several things we've done. 529, she has her own portfolio. I sit down with her every quarter. We go over her portfolio, what's paying her, so on and so forth. My thought process is this: I want her to go to college, but I want her to go to college for the experience, not for a job. I want you to get that. When you have enough finance that you can do this kind of stuff, then you set your children, you set people up for success, that you're not forced to go to school for a job. You're going to school to learn. You're going to school for the experience. It's one thing to go to college and say, hey, I want to be XYZ ABC. And most of us never end up working in that field. But we have a degree, and companies will hire us because we have a degree. I have a psychology degree, and I had corporate companies that hired me to be an executive, and I had a psychology degree. I guess because some of the workers may need some counseling, maybe. But getting back to the serious part, guys, is when you understand this stuff, and she's been doing this, like I said, since she was 9. She's 13 now. She's been actively trading. Me sitting down with her, actively going through her portfolio, what to get rid of, what to keep, since she was 9 years old. She does very well. She understands this stuff. She could do better if I tied her in a chair and just made her watch what we do. But she and I are talking about this. Two things we talk about very, very frequently. Number one is God. Gotta have we gotta have the Lord in our lives. I'm a minister. We gotta have the Lord in our lives. So we have those conversations. We have Bible study. She and I do, along with my wife. But she and I do primarily have Bible study when she has questions, and how to invest and how her future is going to look. I don't want her to be a person that's worrying about how to pay her bills because she's in a dead end job and she's sad being in that job. I want if when she goes to college, I want her to go to college and enjoy the experience, and I want her to come out. And um, if she decides to work, which I hope she does. I don't want her to just be, like I said, a trust fund baby that she doesn't do anything. But if she decides to work in a field, I want her to work in a field that she wants to work in. All right, I'm getting off of that. All right, that's me on my soapbox. All right, so the first company we looked at is Ford. Here's our other company. Remember the little company I told you about, IBIT? We's married, y'all. You see all this price action. How could I not? I'm in it for the long haul. In fact, me and my wife, we frequently talk because again, she is a co-owner in Trade Academy Pro. So we often talk about stocks and what they're doing, so on and so forth. And so she said, well, with all that profit, surely you're going to get out. I said, no, we're in this for the long haul because I believe I've already done an analysis. I believe, and guess what? Bitcoin just hit 69 while we were on the air, guys. It just hit 69. Let's mark it real quick. The higher high was 69,098.16. That's why we've been on the air. Thing has went from 68 to 69 while we've been on the air. I hope this stuff is sinking in. I hope I'm not just wasting my time, guys. I hope this stuff is sinking in. I'm not saying it is extremely, extremely easy, but I hope it is sinking in. Let me take a look at Big Bear. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from Big Bear just for a moment. Big Bear AI is another one of those AI companies that we're going to be investing in. We'll probably hit Big Bear a little bit later on in the day. It won't be while we're on the air. We've already done our analysis. We've already looked at our points of support and resistance, and we've already looked at the point of entry in the Big Bear. And the RSI has a lot to do with that. Now, I may get a chance to explain that before we get off the air or not. We got about 30 more minutes. All right, so let's get back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has already hit, guys. We got a little bit of a drop here because it's down to 67. Not really worried about that. But while we were on the air, it hit 69. Hit 69 while we were on the air. It's going to go back up. This right here, IBIT, if I can find him, here we go. IBIT is directly correlated to Bitcoin. There's a direct correlation. So as Bitcoin is going up, and as an analyst, we're believing, and I kind of believe it as well. We're thinking Bitcoin's going to hit 80, and this is early in the year. This is March. We're estimating Bitcoin's going to hit 80 to 120 this year alone. 80 to 120 this year alone. Like I said, the difference with Bitcoin hitting those new highs has a lot to do with, like I said, this company right here and also Vanguard, because these are now securities that's connected to Bitcoin. And keep in mind, BlackRock and Vanguard have more money under management than all of the Americas. I didn't say America, I didn't say USA. I said all of the Americas. That's more than Canada, more than the US, more than all Mexico, Brazil, all of the Americas. It has more. Those two companies have more money under management than all the Americas. So they've put a lot of trust in what Bitcoin is due to do, and a lot of the driving force behind Bitcoin, they're doing it. All right, let's take a look at some of my other ones. So I've shared with you all IBIT. Let me share the video with you. Let me share the video with you. I really want to share the video with you. Really do. And let me explain to you why I want to share the video with you. The video almost makes the stuff look too easy. I'm going to just be honest with you. It really does. If I can get this chart to act right, I can show you. So we're going to go to the year chart, and all our candles that you see are days. So we're going to go to 1 year. I want to go to 1 year. This is insane what I'm getting ready to show you guys. This is absolutely insane. Insane. So we're going to go back to March of last year. March of last year. Let's go back to March of last year, because we're in March of this year, right? So we're going to go back to March of last year. I'll show you what NVIDIA has done. It is insane. The market's it's all I can say is it's a blessing. If you know how to use it, it can be a blessing to you. But I want to show you this real quick. NVIDIA, March, that's February. That's forward. But March, we're March 5th. March 5th of last year. We go to the 6th of last year. Let's put our smiley face out. We're going to put one of our smiley faces out. March of last year, NVIDIA was, let's mark it real quick, guys. Let's mark it real quick. NVIDIA last year, March 6th, was $230.53. Again, NVIDIA is paying dividends at that time, and they still are. It's 4%. But when you look at the profits that NVIDIA has done in the last year, I want you to verify. This is March 2023. That's where the price action was, March of 2023. Again, NVIDIA is one of the companies we're married to. We're so happy together. And you're going to see why we're so happy together. All right. This morning, NVIDIA's high was $876. This is in 1 year. This stock has 4x'd in 1 year. 1 year. 4x'd in 1 year. And again, what did I say about politics? I love politics for this simple reason. I let everybody else pull their hair out with the craziness. Joe Biden, which you can say whatever you want about President Biden, passed the CHIP Act. That's why understanding news and how it affects the market is so important. The CHIP Act came across, was signed into law, and companies like NVIDIA 4x'd. NVIDIA 4x'd in a year. They don't pay much in dividends. I think they only pay 4% in dividends. I don't care. It 4x'd. $220 to $876 a day. It 4x'd. You couldn't have made that if you had put $220 in the bank. You could not have made that even with the interest they gave you. If they gave you interest 1,000 times, you still wouldn't have made what you would have made in the market. They want to keep you out of the market because if everybody is doing it, then there's nobody that's going to be in poverty. If everybody's doing it, then you let your money work for you instead of you working for your money. What happens if all of us were really in the markets and doing well, and we could pick and choose what we wanted to do when we wanted to do it? They don't want that. Who's the they? I don't know. I don't know. Whoever it is, they don't want that. This is real stuff, guys. This is real stuff. The other company I want to show you, where's Microsoft? We'll take the video out there. Microsoft, we've been with 4 years. Microsoft is my favorite company. Love NVIDIA. NVIDIA is okay. NVIDIA is okay. Microsoft is my favorite company. Microsoft has had several splits. I just want you to see where Microsoft was just last year. Again, we're talking about when the CHIP Act was passed. What has happened? Love your president, hate him. I don't care. I'm talking about what we as a people can do in the markets. I don't care how you feel about him. I don't care. What I do care about is you as a American, my brothers and sisters, getting out of this headspace of being in poverty. This is your way out of poverty. So you don't get the cigarettes, so you don't drink, so you don't go to the strip club. Yeah, I went there. So you don't um so you don't buy the 20,000 Happy Meals. You don't go to so you start to cook instead of going out to eat. One of the gurus often says this, and I use this as well: live like no one now to live like no one else later. So you eating beans and eating beans and and weenies. My wife, I'm trying to use my wife's word, weenies, for a year or two to get you $120,000 or even $1 million in the bank or invest it. You're in lack because the word of God tells us, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. You're not in the markets because of a lack of knowledge. And at the same time, you've been conditioned that you're not smart enough. And Trade Academy Pro is here to tell you the devil is a lie. You are smart enough to invest. You are smart enough to have a profit. You are smart enough. How much effort would it take to put $251 in Microsoft, stay with me. And this morning, well, this morning's higher high was 400. It's 2x in 1 year, $420. It's 2x. How hard is it to invest 220 some dollars, or even to take five or $10,000 that you may have had and invest in Microsoft and had your money 2 or 3x in 1 year? How hard is that? It's hard because you've been conditioned not to do it. It's hard because you've been conditioned to waste money. You're a consumer. It's hard because you got to have the new Jordans. You got to pay $400 or $500 for a doggone sneaker or something to go on your feet or something to go on your back. You got to go to the galas. You got to have bottle service. You got to have all of this stuff that is doing nothing but draining your finances instead of putting it somewhere where you can live like no one now to live like no one else later. Am I on my soapbox? Am I fussing? I hope I'm not. I hope you guys don't think I'm fussing. I'm not. Let's look at the last one, and I'm going to show you guys another strategy with the stocks. Let's look at Oracle. So the ones I've shown you, NVIDIA, Oracle, Ford, these are companies that we're, like I said, that we're married to. We're married to them. All right. You see where NVIDIA is today? We just invested in Oracle. Oracle is Oracle, our marriage at Oracle is very new. As an analyst, I was looking for a company that I think would do the same thing Oracle has done, excuse me, that NVIDIA has done in the next year. And again, you have to do your own diligence. Don't you go out here and say, Dr. Butler said I need to invest in this. And if you lose some money, then you can, Dr. Butler gave me some bad information. Dr. Butler ain't gave you nothing. I'm telling you, you're going to have to go out and do your own due diligence. Get in our classes, do whatever you got to do to understand how this stuff works. All right. NVIDIA last year, this is again, March 6th of last year. We took on NVIDIA based on looking for a company that could 4 or 5x in this next year. And I believe NVIDIA is that company that's going to 4 or 5x this coming year. Well, you can just see what it's done. So again, let's mark it. We can see where we're at. We can see where NVIDIA was at last year this time. Let's go on and mark that. It was at $86.25. Very, very affordable. Very, very affordable stock. Very affordable. The higher high on NVIDIA is $126 from 80 something dollars. Not quite 2x, but probably. And here we go. We gonna get our handy dandy ruler. So let's take a look at just in a year what NVIDIA has done. Again, like I said, all these tools are available. We teach you how to use these tools. They are available. NVIDIA itself has gone up $41.14 a year. It has done 57.94%, 94%. Very, very affordable. Still affordable. Still affordable, even at $126. We're believing that it's going to 1 and 2x this year because again, it falls into that realm of the CHIP Act. Okay. Zoom has ended for me. Let me start it back up. I don't know what happened. Why Zoom knocked me off? I guess I only have an hour or something. I'm not sure. The Zoom knocked me off. How dare they? Evil, evil. Not Zoom, but Facebook. Not Zoom. I'm still on Zoom. Not Zoom, but Facebook has knocked us off. All right, here we go. Live. It says stop live stream. Let's see if we can start it back. Here we go. Here we go. All right, stay with me, guys. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. I don't know why it knocked us off. We only have 15 minutes, so it's all good. It's all good. Even if we don't come back on Facebook, it's all good. But I did want to show you guys this last piece. And Facebook is not, it's knocked me all the way off. Maybe I said something that was offensive or somebody got offended by something I said. I don't know. Anywho, let's see. We're gonna give it one more shot here because I really want to share this last piece with the Facebook audience as well. I don't know my password. I don't never need it. And all of a sudden it needs me to have my password. Anyway, so let me share this last piece. Let's see if we can pull it up. So if you take an opportunity to take a look, and I'm not worried about it. I know we're sitting on $7,000. It was 9 this morning. So we're 2% down or $1,500 down today. That's fine. We're not worried about that. All right. But what I do want you to see is this piece right here. So this is what's called cover calls. When you own 100 shares of a stock, or you own 100 shares of a stock, this is what's called options trading. And in options trading, you have an opportunity to rent or sell a rental of your shares, sell a rental of your shares. On yesterday, and this isn't going against me, this is going against the person who purchased the shares. On yesterday, I sold an options contract um, on Oracle and also Microsoft for 2 weeks. Off of that options contract, we're going to make $800 off of those two options contract, $400 a piece. That's just for owning Oracle and owning Microsoft. Somebody bought those contracts along with the profits that you're making off of these companies. This is another opportunity you have. What, another $1,600 a year? I ran the numbers. Bitcoin just hit 69 since we've been on the air. I just want to make sure you understand what's happening. Bitcoin just hit 69. So let's see. I think I'd already pulled up the numbers. $19,200 extra a year just because I own Oracle and Microsoft. Set up a contract, and somebody buys the contract or rents the contract or rents these two um, commodities from us, and we sell the two. We rent the two commodities to them, $400 a piece at $800, $1,600 a month, and do it every 2 weeks. $19,200 a year, free money. Along with, don't don't miss this part. This is the beautiful part. Let's just go to Microsoft. As James Brown said, don't miss this part here. If I can get it to come up, oh, we can do it. I think we had it in Oracle. We can take a look at Oracle. To include 40 cents every quarter coming from Oracle is 70 cents with there's 70 cents with Microsoft. I don't know why I can't get my dividend up. It's something I've done, but 73 cents with Microsoft every quarter for those 100 and I think it's 109 shares. I think I got whatever. Getting ready to buy some more, but you're making money off of the dividend. You're making money off of making a profit off the dividend. You're making a profit off of the increase in the stock, and then you're making profit off of selling these cover calls. This year, if Microsoft continues the rise that it's doing this year, like I said, if we're making $8,000 just off of the cover calls, we're making another $700-800 off of the dividend, and it continues to rise as we think it's going to do. This year, this could be a $20,000-30,000 stock. Just owning 100 shares of Microsoft, $20,000 or $30,000. Can't beat it, guys. You can't beat it. I'm sorry, you can't beat it. And what happens is you've talked yourself out of investing, so you don't. You talk yourself into doing some stuff that's not profitable, so you don't do this. Like I said, we've been owning this company for quite some time. We share with people, family, everybody else that we can meet, and people, they're conditioned to not hear us when we talk about this stuff. But our lifestyle is the proof. I'm not struggling to pay our bills. We're not struggling to make sure our daughter has what she needs. And I'm not complaining about it. I'm not bragging about it, but I'm not complaining about it either. What I'm trying to do is to spark people to want to do better financially. Poverty is a mindset. I'm not a prosperity preacher. I believe in teaching principles. And the markets are a way to use your principles. With that said, thank you all so much for being here with us on Trade Academy Pro. This was our free breakout session on Facebook, and also for anybody that wanted to chime in. I might have more of these. I got so much stuff going on. I might have more of these coming up, and I might not. So I have no guarantees. There are no guarantees, guys. We're going to continue to do this. We want to take a step back. We got just a few more minutes. Let's review Target. Target right now is 68.62. Keeping in mind where it was, even if you just came in during the um, regular sessions, Target's already $3 rise, already a $3 rise. So if you had just invested day trading, just invested in 100 shares for that, then uh, possibly another $200-300 that you could have had in your pocket. PUN, since market opened, we've had a drop, but like I said, we're swing trading this. Not really concerned about that. We're going to hold this out until Super Tuesday. Here's where the RSI comes in at. The RSI, we set our RSI at 70 and also at 30. When things are overbought, the market starts to drive it back down. When they're oversold, excuse me. When they're overbought, the market drives it back up. The rule of thumb is 70 and 30. You can set it tighter if you want to. So we understand all of this price action that we see right here was the market, or at least for this stock, was overheating. It was going to drive it back down. When it goes above the 70, the market's going to drive it back down. And we can look back. The market's going to drive it down. Anytime it's over like that, and even when we're trading, if I was going to set up a short or getting ready to know that this is going bearish using my RSI, and if I only had one indicator in the world, I couldn't use any other indicator, the RSI would be it. The RSI would be it. Knowing that this is overheated, I know that it's going to push down. Same thing here. Knowing that this is overheated, knowing that the market's going to push it up. The market's going to push it up. Market's going to push it up. You got me? So when we take a look at the RSI is a great indication of the direction the market is going, and it give you also another conduit on when to come in and out of the market. And you can see there's a push up right here. So we look at these indication. There's going to be a cross vergence here, pushing this firm back up. That's why I say I'm not really concerned about it, because it's not even at the 50 yet. It's kind of in between. And as you can see, the alligator has crossed right here, which we got a sale. This is a sale. It's telling you, hey guys, you need to go on a sale. And we're at $17.51. I may take the money and run on that. In fact, to close out, I think I will. We're going to take that $17 and run, because the market right now is down. So we're going to take our little 100 shares and run. And what we're going to probably end up doing is working firmware all the way till Super Tuesday. We'll probably invest in this several times. And in fact, if I get a solid sale, I might invest in it while it's on its way down. So I might invest on it on the dip, because it looked like it's going to dip. But if you look at the trend, it's trending up. It's going to continue to go up. And like I said, especially with Super Tuesday coming up. Well, it is 10:56. Thank you all for being a part of Trade Academy Pro. I hope I didn't make anybody mad or preach at anybody or anything like that. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you to become better, help you to understand how to trade, how to invest. Like I said, if you are interested, you can sign up on the website. Please, if nothing else, if you so cheap that you can't afford the classes, at least get the free newsletter. Get the newsletter. The classes are $75. We went up on the classes. The classes are $75, and that can be something heavy for some people. $75 a month. But what you get from the classes versus you trying to do it on your own, not just getting the classes, but as a member of Trade Academy Pro, you get me. You have one of the You have one of the best commodities that you could have. And like I said, I show my work. I'm not one of these guys gonna get on YouTube, gonna get on Facebook, gonna get on TikTok and don't show their work. I'm showing you my actual investments. So I'm showing you my work. Okay. And so if you want to become a member, www.tradeacademypro.com. Again, www.tradeacademypro.com. We open up the whole platform to you. If you go on the platform, there's certain things you can't get into because you're not a member. The moment you become a member, we open a complete platform up to you. We show you how to driving for dollars. If you're looking at investing, if you're looking at foreign exchange, we show you that. We send you alerts out like these. We send alerts out. Also, we schedule on our classes every single week. We post the earnings reports of the companies that's going to have their earnings this week, that week, along with what we believe that needs to go on our watch list for the week. Also, options, calls, and puts are on there as well. So we do that every single week, unless some kind of catastrophe happens, with the family or something. So again, like I said, we want to encourage you. Trade Academy Pro will be a blessing to you. Will be a blessing to you. You have myself, my wife, and also Coach Rob does futures as well as property investing. He came on about 3 or 4 years ago as a coach as well. And so his class is very, very good. If you want to learn about property investing, his class is very, very good. I teach it as well. Well, I thank God he came on to assist us to kind of take that off of my plate. Let's see. We have somebody in the chat. Say thank you, brother. Oh, thank you too, Elon. Love you, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Well, with that said, let's have a word of prayer, and we're gonna get out of here, guys. I hope you got something out of today's training. Like I said, you can go back on Facebook on my page and review. Also, we have a Trade Academy Pro Facebook page. I want to encourage you to be a part of that. We put alerts out there, some things that might be rolling news and everything else is on there as well. With that said, our God and Father, we thank you for this opportunity. We ask you, Lord, to give us, Lord, the wisdom, as your word says, to get wealth, God. We ask you right now, Father, to bless our families, keep our spirit and our hearts right. Lord, as we go out this day, we know that we are still in your sight. We ask you, God, to bless this investing journey, God. We ask in the name of Jesus, God, that everything that we touch shall prosper. Every place our feet touch, everything our hands touch. And Lord, we ask that our finances, Lord, would increase through this knowledge because it all comes from you, because you are the God of wisdom. We ask you in the name of Jesus. Amen and amen. And with that said, Trade Academy Pro, this is Coach Butler, where beginners become winners. You guys have a great one. We will see you next time. Thank you so much.